Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. Thanksgiving is coming, of course, you know that. And this is the Sunday video for Math 100 for November 22nd, 2020. Yes, Thanksgiving is almost here, so it is almost time to say Happy Thanksgiving. We have 3 more weeks left in the semester, all right? So let's find out what's happening in your math class and what you will be expected to do on during this week of Thanksgiving. Let me share the screen with you. And I need to apologize first that this is coming late because I lost my internet connection about half of today. For some reason, my internet provider, Spectrum, lost the connection. And they apologize, and I don't know why this has happened. I hope this will not happen on important days like your exam days and in days when I have meetings. But for some reason, I did not have internet connection, so this will be coming late. But hopefully, you will still get the same information. All right, let's get started. Okay, so what have you been doing this week, the week before Thanksgiving? Well, as you know, you were expected to do lesson number 20, theory of voting, and hopefully you have found that there are multiple ways of declaring the winner. Not exactly what's happening in the news today. That's someone trying to figure out how to win the election and so on, but I'm not talking about that. As you know, we have you've learned plurality and instant runoffs and Condorcet and board account. Those are the things that you were to learn, or you should have learned this week, theory of voting. Right? The worksheet for number 20, and again, this is the hard copy of it. You should do these things first because there are some calculations involved that you would have to do before you go online to do this complete worksheet number 20, which is due tomorrow, November 23rd. Okay, as always, these worksheets are due the Monday following the week that you cover these lessons. The solutions are here, and so once you do your first attempt, and if you get problems wrong, you can find your answers over here. Actually, this is your homework key. The answer key for the worksheet is found on page 3 of lesson 20 key PDF. Okay. All right, so that's what's happening. You are also to study this past week to study for practice test number 3 because your test is coming, believe it or not. Test number 3 is this Tuesday, 2 days from today, November 24th, right here. And then, of course, you do submit your paper, show your work for test number 3. So this is the big event for this coming week, as you know, right? And this is 2 days before your Thanksgiving. So make sure you will be prepared in the next couple of days for test number 3. As always, I have provided practice test 3 with its answer key in a PDF file, PDF format. And then I have a video, probably a series of a couple of videos where you can access the, you can find out how to solve these problems on practice test 3. Okay, and on the same day, normally your homework is due the Monday following the completion of a chapter, but because you have this test 3, I am giving you until Tuesday, the same day as the test, to finish and submit your homework for chapter 8. I will have to see your work here. Okay, you have to explain why you think that certain person is the winner of the election. You also have to show all these numbers involved with the calculations of apportionment, how many representatives each state will get and so on. Okay, all right, one more thing that's very important here. Oh, by the way, your test number 3, of course, is going to cover chapters 6, 7, and 8. It's all here. And chapters 6, 7, 8, what in the world did you study in these chapters? Well, we started with exponential growth, and then you had logarithmic scales, you had art, music, fractals, apportionment, and voting. Okay, so basically it's about exponential growth, and then mathematics and fine arts, and then mathematics and political science or politics. All right, so homework is due on the same day as your test. One more thing that's coming up, that's the course project. Okay, now many of you have already told me what your topic will be, and that's great because you do need, one of the requirements, I think a few points will be given to you for contacting me early in advance about your course project topic. Okay, now do not start working on a project until you tell me what your project will be, because I may say no to it, right? So make sure you contact me first about your course project. You can do so by email or by using the messaging function of Canvas, right? But you need to contact me, and then I'll write down what your topic is. And then, of course, you're welcome to get started on your project. The description is here. Sample projects are here. Everything you need is in this module, okay? The video is there to explain how to start doing your course project. And so you have three options, right? Option number one is to study a statistical analysis or paper or article written with statistics and data. Option two is any work or topic, including fine arts topics using mathematics, and the mathematics has to be a big content. And then number three, option three, is the biographical study on the life of a mathematician. All right. This project is not something you can do in a couple of days. All right. So make sure you get started, because the week following this, the week of Thanksgiving, okay, on December 3rd, your project will be due. When is December 3rd? That's Thursday. Okay, right here. This is where you submit your written portion, the essay portion, and this is where you submit your oral presentation. Please, please remember the time limit, okay? You do not want to turn in a recording that lasts for 10 minutes, because points will be taken off if your presentation is too long. Everything you need, again, instructions are described here under the project description. And so make sure you pay attention to those restrictions and do this. You don't have to do this coming week, but you should get started, because the project will be due on Thursday, December 3rd, which is exactly 1 week after Thanksgiving Day. After that, of course, you have just a sort of a half of a lesson that's on gerrymandering, and then the final exam is coming on December 10th, which is a week after you, well, it's sort of a week after you submit your project, all right? And so that's what's coming. And so the semester is coming quickly to an end. And I hope you will continue to work and keep up with your good work and stay diligent, because I do want all of you to finish this course successfully. And that usually means, for most of you, finishing your last mathematics requirement successfully for completing your degree. All right, as expected, I will not have my office hours on Thursday because that's Thanksgiving Day, but I will have my office hours tomorrow, Monday, from 1 to 2:30 p.m. as usual. If you need any question, if you need to see me for any reason, use those office hours, or just contact me and I'll set up a separate Zoom meeting with you, okay? So I'm here to help, and let's try to finish this semester well, even in the middle of such difficult circumstances, right? And if you have special needs, you know, extenuating circumstances, you know, COVID related or not, you know, just let me know and I will try to accommodate your needs. All right, have a happy Thanksgiving Day. Have a great week. All right, take care. I will see you.